How's that? All right, here we go. Vlog number 1. Guys, I would just like to first introduce myself. My name is Aaron Marino. I am a YouTuber. My YouTube channel is Alpha M for those of you who don't know me. For those of you who do know me, this is going to look very different than all of my YouTube videos. I decided that I was going to document and chronicle the process of me starting my next business. To catch you guys up to speed, I thought I should go over, I actually made a list of the businesses that I've had and the businesses that I have before we get into actually what I'm about to do now and the purpose of this vlog. All right, so I graduated college and I met a gentleman and we opened a nutrition store. We expanded to 2 nutrition stores. This was back in 1998. He and I just didn't see eye to eye in terms of ethics. I decided to leave and I met somebody else, a new business partner, and we started a personal training studio. This was great. My only dream was to, oh, and let me also just say this. This video is going to be rough, it's going to be rambling, and it's probably going to be long. All of these, I have no idea. I'm just kind of going to talk, and hopefully you find some value in them and you enjoy them. So anyway, so I met a woman. We decided to open a personal training studio. We do that. It was okay. I was pretty miserable though. The only thing that I ever wanted to do in my life was own a fitness center. I get it, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. My overhead was like $40,000 a month by the time we shot the dog, literally and figuratively. So had that for a few years. We decided that the big break was going to be we were going to start a franchise. It was called Move It. It was a group fitness facility for kids, for parents, for everybody. Anyway, it was a really good idea. The unfortunate thing was that it was run by me and my former business partner, because I think that if somebody else would have had the idea and could have gotten out of their own way, it could have been great. By the time we ended up closing down shop, I was ruined financially. Absolutely. And I didn't know where to go next. You know, being an entrepreneur, I've always been an entrepreneur, considered myself an entrepreneur. I've never had a plan B. It's always plan A all the time, and I run as hard as I can until it basically blows up. And then at that point, I've got to scramble to figure out what my next move was. Well, when I lost the fitness center, I had just gotten into doing some image consulting. So I was like, hey, I did some looking around and I saw that there was a opportunity, I felt, for a regular guy to give common sense, practical advice to other dudes. I just wanted to give basic, solid advice. I've always been into grooming, skincare, fashion, men's lifestyle stuff. And I was like, all right, let me see if I can make a business out of this. And so I started an image consulting firm, and it was pretty successful right away. I started advertising using Google AdWords. This is back when you could actually bid on keywords and spend like 20 cents, 30 cents. Nowadays, it's like $10, $20 for those same keywords. Anyway, my wife gave me a video camera in 2008, and I decided, hey, I got a big mouth and a video camera. I'm going to make a video. And so I posted my first video on YouTube. And that one act changed my life. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to expect. My video was like 2 minutes long because that's all the memory my little SD card had. And that, like I said, it changed my life. I posted YouTube videos ever since, or I've been posting YouTube videos ever since. My image consulting business has morphed. It's changed. It used to be where I was doing all these services. Now I really don't do too many of them because I'm so focused on these other businesses that I'll tell you about in a second. Anyway, so I have this YouTube channel, I have this audience, and I decide to start a website. I Am Alpha M. It was a membership-only website. This was back in like 2011. At that point, I was basically thinking, okay, I've got all this content. I'm going to make more content, charge people for it. And that was, I'm probably giving you guys way too much information or backstory. This video is going to be 30 minutes long. Hold on. All right, let me cut to the chase. I've got some businesses. I'm an entrepreneur. When I see an opportunity, I go for it. All right, I wrote a list down of all the businesses that I currently have, and I'm going to list and link them also in the description if you want to check them out. Alpha M Image Consulting, that's a business. My Alpha M YouTube channel, that is definitely a business, which led to IamAlphaM.com, another business website where I post 5 videos a week. I also sell products, my own apparel, stuff like that. I started a development company with my developer. It's called Squirrel Lab, where we develop mobile apps and websites and all sorts of cool stuff. I have a men's hair product subscription service called Pete and Pedro that I developed with my hairstylist, Steven Posta. That business is kicking ass. I also started a men's lifestyle conference with Antonio Centeno, another YouTuber, and it's called StyleCon. We have that once a year, which actually takes up quite a bit of time. I also have an advertising agency that I started with my best friend from high school, who was actually helping me with my YouTube channel with basically handling a lot of the leads that would come in from advertisers. And that business is called Menfluential Media, menfluential.com. And the reason you're here, I am starting my next venture, which is called Tiege Hanley. It is a men's skincare company. How did we get here? Let me back up. 3 years ago, I thought to myself, man, I would love to start a skincare company, a men's skincare company. I saw what was out there. Being a YouTuber, being a men's grooming expert, as they call me, people are always sending me stuff. I have tried probably not every single, but the majority of men's skincare lines out there, products. If it's out there, I've tried it because A, it's my job for my YouTube channel to let people know what's good, what's bad, what not to waste their money on. And B, I want to know what's good for me because I am a skincare product slut. As simple as that. So, about 3 years ago, I was basically just frustrated with men's skincare. It was complex, there were too many products, and they treated us like we were women. And I realized about 3 years ago that there was a huge opportunity. They were not doing men's skincare right, in my opinion. And from a consumer standpoint, I really didn't think the products were all that great. And one of the issues with skincare is it's sort of like multivitamins. They tell you it's good for you, it's going to prolong your life, it's going to make you look younger, it's going to all this great stuff, but there's really no you can't, you don't look 10 years younger tomorrow. It's just something that you've it's like religion. It's faith-based. But there are products that are supposed to do things and they don't. You use them for a month and it's like, well, this sucks. Why did I waste my money? The other problem with men's skincare is that it is crazy expensive. Ridiculously expensive. And the better it is, the higher quality, the more expensive it is. And the results, they're okay. Some products are better than others. There are some products I like, but as a whole, I wasn't happy with what was out there. And there was a few things that they definitely were not doing right that I thought they could improve upon. That brings up a really good point. With this vlog, I'm going to be telling you a lot of stuff. I'm going to be basically coming to you and divulging, as much information as I feel comfortable divulging. When I told my partners, who I'll tell you about in a second, about me doing a vlog and basically documenting this process, everybody was excited. They thought it was cool, but they were also a little bit concerned that, hey, if you talk about what's going to make us unique and special, the secret sauce, as they say, that's not good. And I agree, because I'm super paranoid. And so there's the big overarching value proposition that Tiege Hanley is going to offer, I'm not going to divulge until the very end. Launch for this product, March, early spring, hopefully. There are a lot of things that need to happen between now and then, and so that's the goal. The goal is actually to launch it for my men's lifestyle conference, StyleCon, which is March 11th, 12th, and 13th. We're going to have to find a few weeks and create some weeks for that to happen. But anyway, back to my realization that there was a better opportunity and a better men's skincare product to be had. So for 3 years, I've been thinking about this men's skincare line. And I've gone as far as to research like private label stuff, which is kind of like the poor man's version of a product line, where you go out and you look for people that basically they call it white label, where there are companies out there, doesn't matter what you're looking to sell, and this is just a business tip. If you want to sell soaps, there are people out there that make soap that'll slap your label on it. One of the issues with private labeling is that the ingredients don't change, and so you can have 7 different companies selling the same soap just with different labels on it. And so it's not really I have crap in my I'm talking fast and I'm talking a lot, and I'm also pretty caffeinated. So I looked into that, and what I found was it was still crazy expensive. For me to actually do that, I was going to have to charge way too much for skincare. And one of the big things is that I feel that skincare is absolutely too expensive. And so I've bought names, I've bought URLs, I've gotten logos designed. I mean, I was sort of starting to take the steps. But what I decided about 2 years ago was I got too much on my plate. I've got a lot of other stuff I want to do. And so this is going to have to be one of those things that I do later. But the whole time I'm looking out there, I'm like, okay, when's somebody going to do this? Because in business, I feel that when you recognize or realize an opportunity, like if you don't jump on it, seize it, and take the necessary actions in order to basically do it, then somebody else is going to. And there's nothing more, as an entrepreneur, there's nothing I'm more afraid of than somebody beating me to a punch of an idea or a business model that I had. And so, you know, I knew that this was a risk. And so in the back of my head, I'm always sort of thinking about this skincare line, something that I want to do, the next basically business I want to start. And so what was it, 2 months, 3 months ago? 2 months ago. It was literally 2 months ago. I was contacted by these 2 guys, Rob and Kelly. They have a company, Tiege Hanley. It's a skincare company. They approached me to basically be the face of the skincare line, and to also do some promotional videos and stuff like that for the company. So I started looking at what they had set up and what they were doing, and it wasn't anything special. It was sort of some like same old type of thing. And so now was the question, do I just take their money and do the videos, be the face, do the demonstration videos on their website and do some promotional videos and keep my idea for me? That was kind of the plan until I actually got on the phone with them. We scheduled a call and we started talking, and they basically point blank asked me, they're like, well, what do you think? I mean, they literally had just started, launched, were playing around with some Google ads and stuff like that, but they literally, like 20 units, that's all they've sold by the time they contacted me. And they asked me what my thought was. I'm like, well, I think it sucks. And they're like, well, why? And I basically outlined, I knew I was doing it, but I'm like, man, I'm giving away my, my big secret. I couldn't believe it. I was telling them all of the things that I wanted to do in the future, and here these guys are. They've got the money, they've got the sort of the bandwidth in order to make it happen, and I'm telling them, why was I doing this? Well, by the end of the conversation, I said to them, I go, you need to put I don't know who said what. I know that I said, I can't exactly remember, but I said, you need to save the money on me and just include me in this, retool this, and we can do something great together. And everybody's like, yeah, and we sort of got off the phone. The next day, I get a phone call from the guy, Kelly. He's like, hey, Aaron, you said something on the phone, and I just wanted to clarify and see if you were saying what I think you were saying. And sure enough, we were saying what we thought we were saying. And we decided that we were going to pool our resources and do something amazing. And that's Tiege Hanley. And so I think that's probably enough. That's how we're here. Actually, there are a few more videos, a few more vlogs I need to post to catch you up to speed. And so that's it for this one. That basically gives you a little insight of who I am, where we are, And next vlog, I'm going to tell you about the players. Me, Kelly, Rob, and the scientist. Guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.